Nobody wanted to see the Oklahoma Sooners walk into Alabama Stadium and win this football game. Everyone was starting to panic, right? Mateer went down. He came back healthy. Were they not the same team? No, this team is still really good. John Mateer is still a Heisman candidate, at least in my opinion. I know it's slowed down a little bit. This guy's really good at football. The defense played unbelievable. Again, walking into Alabama and doing this is incredible. Take a look at this play here. So we are going to kind of overload the right side of their offensive line. We're going to drop this guy back into coverage. We're going to loop this guy back through the A gap on the opposing side. But again, we're just overloading that right side. Running back's playing to the left. But off the snap, look at 44. I'm sorry, I don't know names perfectly here, but he's going to get to the outside shoulder. He's going to use his arms to swat down on the offensive tackle. Boom. Now he lowers the center of gravity, gets around the tackle. These tackles tend to be really big where they can't maintain leverage, and boom, force a big-time fumble. Luckily, are able to get on it, right? But a beautiful job by this defensive line. Look at the left side of their offensive line is not really doing much. Center, left guard, right? Overload, overcomplicate, and we find a way to change this momentum around. Now, we are going to break down a ton of film. Guys, get ready. I am so excited for this video. Hit the like button if you guys can. Let's see if we can get to 700 likes on this video. With that being said, let me stop talking. Let's dive into some of the film. Here's one that I like as well. This one's from the offense. They're going to be in a 6-man scat protection out of 11-man personnel. 11 personnel. One running back, one tight end. I believe they're going to slide the offensive line to the right with man-to-man here to the left. Our running back is going to be that 6, right? When you're in a 6-man scat, that means you have one extra guy to blocking. Mostly, they go and block on the man side. The man side is right here. Okay, so as we drop back in the pocket, we are going to notice that they're rushing 4, and they actually do get pressure off that right side B gap, right? They get pressure right there. But what Mateer does differently is his ability to never panic. Never panics, stays calm, stays cool, stays collected in all moments. And that's what makes him, in my opinion, a Heisman candidate, because he's so good under pressure, steps up, avoids a sack, and even when, right? Even when he's got a guy coming here, he's got a guy behind him, right? Everywhere. He looks right here, moves the defense down even further, when in reality, he's not throwing the ball there, right? He's manipulating this defense, chucks it in the other direction, wide open on the sideline. 3rd and 13, now picked up. Again, that is beautiful. I wish I could show it to you without pausing it, but with copyright, I can't do that. I can't show you more than like 5 seconds of a play, or they'll take it down immediately. But again, great job. One, avoiding the pressure, stepping up in the pocket, staying cool, looking right down as if he's throwing this ball, and then watch him turn his head, fire. Beautiful job. This is, I love John Mateer. This guy is so good at football. And to walk into Alabama and do that, yeah, you're making a lot of noise. Here's a really good play by the defense. Safety does a great job reading the eyes of the quarterback. DB over here does a great job. We're going to get a little bit of eye candy from left to right. I'm not sure why they didn't do this, because they did have the number game here. If we were able to get this to the outside, they might have been able to make a play. However, quarterback does a really bad job staring down the guy he wants to throw to. Off the snap, he doesn't look over here at all. And what that does is it gets this topside safety right here to overcommit to this thing. Now, because the safety plays it so well, it forces the quarterback to kind of misjudge where he wants to place the football. Okay, now this guy's obviously dropping back. It looks like it would be a good throw. If he immediately looked this way, moved the safety, or at least kept him honest, this would have worked all day long. But because he stares down at it, throws the ball, he realizes, oh shit, I fucked up. And also another important factor of this is they get pressure. Wide open pressure up the A gap. Whenever you can get pressure on the quarterback, you can force a bad throw, a bad decision, maybe an interception, maybe a pick six, and that's what they force right here. So not only do they do a bad job kind of staring down who they want to throw to, they also do a terrible job protecting the quarterback. They get pressured. He forces the ball out early, forces a bad throw, forces a bad pass, bad decision, and then you get a pick six. Great job by the safety with the block, and then he's all the way down the sideline for a touchdown. This was a big momentum play in the first quarter to swing the gates open a little bit in favor of Oklahoma. Obviously, it was a very close game, very close game. But still, that was one that took away some momentum here for Alabama. Here we go, another big defensive play. They're going to slide their protection off to the right with man-to-man to the left, we're going to send a guy up that B gap. The only guy to protect off the man side is the running back. And we know sometimes running backs just aren't good in pass pro. And right here is one of those times where we kind of plant that foot into the ground, get him to overcommit to the inside. Look at our backer, right? Acts like he's going to the inside shoulder, changes direction, flies by, gets another sack on the quarterback. Love the way this defense played in the game. And really quickly, guys, hit the like button, like I said before, but more importantly, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and we will be covering Oklahoma throughout the entirety of the season. I promise we're going to have a lot more film analysis, both on the offense and the defense from this game specifically. Maybe even dropping tomorrow, depending on how this video does. Comment down below P2 if you want that video ASAP. What else? Turn on post notifications, and let's kind of just keep going. Another solid play, this one by the offense. So we come out in what looks to be 11 personnel. We're going to fake this little pass immediately. Again, we could talk about the manipulation, right? These DBs, these linebackers, if they're in zone covers, their job is to look at the quarterback, see where he wants to go with the football. So as he immediately looks over to the left, you're going to see a couple of guys kind of freeze up on this left side of the defense, or left side of the offensive line. From there, once they freeze, we're going to get all these guys rotating in this direction as lead blockers for our guy. We can hit this up the BC. We can hit it up the D. We can go all the way outside, right? We can take this anywhere. But we freeze two guys on the outside, two less guys we have to worry about initially. Great blocking, and look at Mateer go. Look at Mateer go. I mean, dude, unbelievable. He actually gets a little bit of help here, spinning by the DB, and then falling into the end zone for a touchdown. Got to give credit where credit is due, and that is with John Mateer, man. This dude fights and fights and fights and never gives up on any play. And again, one of my favorite guys to watch right now. Last play will break down for now, but again, I promise we're going to have a lot more coming out very, very soon. We're going to be kind of running like this level concept on the left side. We come out in 11 personnel, one running back in the backfield, one tight end here in the backfield as well. But again, off the snap, we're going to be in a scat protection, slide right, man left. We're going to utilize our running back, actually on the slide side, which is interesting. Also, tight end is on a block and release. Offensive line does a really good job on this play for the most part. And John Mateer, just comfortable in the pocket, stays patient, lasers this thing over the second level of the defense, finds that zone, finds the pocket. And again, really good job. I wish I had the all 22 version because I want to save a lot of the film for the the specific offense defense videos. Let me know what you guys want to see first. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family for more. We're just getting started, man. So much more Oklahoma videos. So let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.